Hi, I'm Jamie Trevathan, the Gut Goddess, and I really wanted to come on and talk about syncing to the power of our body's wisdom and with nature. And this is something that I've created an entire program about because I feel like it's so important. It's something that we, for the most part, have control over. And it's something that gives us energy. It helps us detox, helps with our hormones, our gut, our digestion, our nutrition, our all day, everyday sense of well being on an energetic, mental, and physical level. It's so important. And part of this is that everything on this planet has a rhythm. Every plant, every animal, us, we are designed to be in rhythm, our circadian rhythm. We're also designed to sync up with the sun and the moon and nature. And what that means is that there are ways that we can use this power. It's a power we have control over for the most part, to help us. And I think so many of us are not in touch with this. We don't utilize this. And really, we are physically designed to sync with the sun up, sun down. And on for hormone syncing females, we are also designed to sync with the moon. We are on energetically and hormonally on a 28-day cycle around, and hormonal men are on a 24-hour cycle. And so this really does affect us for the women. It affects how we interact, show up, our feelings, our behaviors, our moods, our digestion. It affects everything. And so when we're not like utilizing these powers and understanding how to sync, it's really taking the energy from us, it's taking our power from us. And so I am super passionate about this because I feel like so many things are out of our control. And in so many places, we our current lifestyle is coming against us. Like we wake up at different times. We're not waking up when we are designed to be waking up. Usually we are shocking our system with an alarm, and then we're going out and doing things that we're not passionate about or excited about. Not everyone. Then we stay up late and we self-medicate, whether it's with food, TV, dopamine hits on the cell phone, like all of these things, and we don't go to bed properly. It's like all of these things impact, like a micro stress or a macro stress on us. And that stress also impacts our digestion, and then it impacts our sleep, and it impacts our hormones. It's like everything all at once. So this is something you have control over, is really understanding what is your sleep chronotype? Like, when are you genetically designed? Like, how much sleep do you actually need? How much sleep is going to be too little or too much for you? And what time of day? And what time of day is best for you to eat, poop, relax, chill, all of the things, because that matters. We all are a little bit different. Like the majority of the population fit into a certain category, but not all of us. And it's good to know, because sometimes we try to push ourselves into believing that this is the day to day, this is how we're supposed to be. We are the people that are meant to stay up late, and we only need 5 or 6 hours of sleep. But the reality is, if that's really not your design, that is harming you, whether you feel it now or not. In the long run, you're putting these micro inflammations, these low grade inflammations that are going to compound to a larger stressor on your body at some point. And when you have these low grade inflammations, other inflammations that come in, they like boom it. So there's so much to this gentle cycle, and that chronotype is one piece. One of the things within side of sync that I've done is actually link these different chronotypes to different goddesses, and I've used the And I mean, there already is information out there about sleep chronotypes, dolphin, lion, bear, wolf. So that is very important. And I've taken it a step further with the functional archetypes and then attach them to goddesses that we can identify with, and what are their powers and how did they sync to the sun, the moon, and to their cycle for effective energy, digestion, hormone, and stress. And I think that just makes it really relatable. And it's one of my favorite things about the program Sync. But some tidbits, some nuggets that are really important. If you follow me on Instagram, the at the gut goddess, I am giving tidbits about how to sync to the sun and sync to the moon and sync to the cycle and all kinds of other wisdoms. But some really important things to know is that when you first wake up, you should look outside. Don't stare at the sun, but absorb the sunlight. And that's really, really important. You should do that before you put any unnatural light into your eyes, like a blue light from a cell phone or a TV or an iPad, any of that. You want to absorb natural light. I mean, if you can go outside, even better, because then you're grounding and you're absorbing the energy and the air and all of it. But if you can't, just at least look outside. And that is going to give you some serotonin reserve. It's like giving you a shot of serotonin and a shot of caffeine. And if you do that, you're over time, you will start to build up these serotonin reserves that you're happy, like, let's go, let's take on the world, let's take on the day-to-day hormone. And that serotonin will start to build reserves for melatonin. That's your wind down, sleepy, let's detox and restful sleep hormone. So without this build of serotonin, you will get minimum melatonin. And the other thing is, throughout the day, it's really important that you use your energy. A lot of times people are like, I'm just not tired at night. Well, how much energy did you use? How much cellular energy, how much physical energy, how much brain energy? And I'm talking actually using, cleaning, recycling, and reusing this energy. We don't get additional energy, you guys, like ladies, guys, all the peeps. We don't get that. You cannot create or destroy energy. You can only, transmute it and recycle it. And so this is really important to understand, that if you don't use your energy, then you're not going to be tired. Like if you don't move your body, if you don't like work your brain, you're not going to be tired. And if you don't build up these serotonin reserves, you're probably not going to be tired. If you're constantly giving yourself dopamine hits by, being on your phone and getting social media and all of these things, or in other ways, whatever gives you that hit, you're probably not going to be as tired. You're going against the grain, you're going against the cycle. So that's really important. The other thing is light. Light, I'm sure you've heard this, but light really affects the cycle. And when you start to wind down, you want to also limit that blue light, because your melatonin is trying to kick on and you're shocking it with artificial light. And it's like, oh, I guess it's not time. I guess it's not time. And the more you do this and the more you do this, it burns in this backwards pathway. And that's kind of one of the main things that I do with people, is help them restore their natural pathways on all levels, like how to be resilient to stress, how to restore their gut, how to restore their hormones, because our body is always going to want to take the path of least resistance. I mean, and why wouldn't it? So the more we give it these opportunities to do so, these pathways just become the easy way out. And if you want to be healthy and have quality of life and not have to take, go to the doctor and get pills and drugs and all of the things, you need to just restore your natural pathways. And this is a process, and that's my favorite thing to do with people because it works. And it's something that is really important, especially when you feel intuitively like, like we usually know, I don't feel my best. I feel like I could feel better in all the ways, whatever it is, brain fog, digestion, energy, all of the things. Yet we don't always make that a priority. And then we get sick and then we wish we would have. And then maybe we go to the doctor and the doctor's not listening to us or hearing us or seeing us or gives us, something that's just a symptom management, but it's not a pathway restorer. And so, side tangent, but back to syncing to the power of the sun and the moon and the cycle, and understanding circadian rhythm, which I go really deeply in. Sync is really teaching you, like, every organ in our body has its own rhythm, and are we dancing according to the music played? Who wants to be a bad dancer? Not me. So like, understanding when you eat, that turns on and turns off a specific rhythm for your liver, for your gut, for those organs that need to digest everything and filter. When you exercise, when you do movement, that is also part of your rhythm. Like, our bodies have different times of days that it's in tune and designed to have more energy to help assist you. When you drink or when you have stimulants or depressants, that's going against the rhythm. Not that you can't do that. I'm not saying you can't do that. I'm just saying, let's understand our rhythm and where can we get some of those things naturally, and not just rely on them. So all of these things, exercise, eating, our cycle, our hormonal cycle, our brain power, because all of this affects our brain too. Like, if you don't get a restful night's sleep, that is so disrupting, especially several nights in a row. I'm sure you felt this, like, sleep looks good on you, sleep feels good on you. You can also get too much sleep. That's another thing. There is a sweet spot, and that is different for some of us. And so it's good to know this. And you can have all the trackers. That's great. But if you don't know all of the real information behind the why of the trackers, then what are we doing with this information? It's just trends. But talking about sleep again, while you sleep, or I'm sorry, while you're awake, your body is using energy. Your body is creating, honestly, waste products. Like, your brain, while your brain is functioning, it's using cellular energy and all of the things. It's also creating waste products. When you're exercising, when you're moving, even if you're just sitting at your desk working, there are byproducts of us just functioning on a day-to-day level. And as you sleep, your body goes into rest, recycle, restore mode, and basically starts to pick up and clean up all of these toxins and these waste products. And then when you wake up, it's really healthy to want to get up, hydrate, and eliminate. And when you need to do that, like, that's really important. You need to eliminate and get rid of all of these waste products and all the toxins and just clear out the system to start fresh. Like, there's only so much space in us. There's only so much energy, right? And if we're not eliminating, we're reabsorbing the waste and the toxins and the baggage. So sleep is extremely important for that, and for your brain function, for your digestion, for your immune system. And it's not just because you've been told sleep is helpful. It's like, there are physiological functions that have to happen. And if you don't wake up and eliminate pretty soon, then that's a whole nother conversation we need to have. And I would love to have with you, because that's very important. So I hope this is a little helpful intro into what sync is all about. And I'd love for you to drop any questions if you have any questions. I am so excited to share this program. It's a self-guided with some live activity and calls. And there's also a VIP option for us to do this one-on-one and go deeper. Like if you really are just wanting to level up, it's something you can do on your own. If you really are in a space of what's up with my gut, my digestion, my hormones, my sleep, my stress, like I realize I need to restore some pathways because things ain't right, then let's do this one on one and journey together. And I would love to help you because your potential is so much more. Your health potential, your quality of life, when you feel good and your pathways are restored and you are in sync with your circadian rhythm, all of the rhythms, and your digestion and your hormones and your energy, everything starts to become better. Everything. Because you're magnetic, and it's one of those things where all of my clients, and including myself, I've been through this, said I wish I would have started sooner. Like, why did I wait? And then they say, I can't believe I used to live like that. I can't believe I used to feel like that. It's so interesting. We all go through this journey and then hit this point where like, what? Like, wow, I forgot how bad I felt, which is, I love that. That's my favorite. So there's just, time is precious. And it's one of those reserves that we don't get back. You can get more in the future. Starting now, you can get quality of time, but you can't get time lost back. So what are we waiting for?